Hello guys, welcome back to Django Hub. Today we are going to cover Bootstrap Badges. In our previous sessions we already discussed about how to use Bootstrap alerts in your project, and I'm sure that we covered most of the components in Bootstrap. So let's start working on Bootstrap Badges, how we can use Bootstrap Badges in our project. So quickly open the Bootstrap official documentation and go to google.com and click on Bootstrap. Click on this link and then click on documentation and then click on components. Till here the layout, content, components until alerts we already discussed in our previous sessions. So today we are going to cover the badge. So what is badge? Badges are mainly used to highlight new or unread messages. So it is quite useful to show additional information. For instance, have you seen some badges which is displayed here? Or if you scroll down, you will find something like, have you seen the notifications for? Or take an example that you have an inbox or email application. Inside the inbox, you have to show the number of unread messages. In the same way, when you have a web application, you have some notifications you have to show to the end user. So all the new notifications, it will display as a notification badge with number of the notifications. So let's start working on how we can use this one in our project. Let's open our IDE, that is PyCharm, double click. Okay, it's loading. Okay, loading components. Great. So let's start our dev server, that is pymanage.py, run server. Make sure that server is running properly without any issues. Alright, click on this link. Okay, great. Our application was running fine. And I'm sure in our previous sessions we discussed about alerts, different alerts and how to use the alerts in respect of the events. Guys, if you missed those sessions, I already shared the link of those sessions in the description of this video, so kindly have a look into that. Okay, great. So today we are going to discuss badges. So before working on badges, I want to create a separate template for badges. How we can do that? Inside the templates, I'm going to create a new template called badges. And I'm going to change the title of this page as Bootstrap Badges. Let's make big capital. Alright, so the template was ready. So to render this template we need a view. As we know, we already have an application called library. Inside the application, in the views.py, I'm going to create a method, function based method, that is diff badges and request and return. I'm going to render this template, return render request comma, and what is the template name? It's badges.html. Let's copy this name and let's paste it here. That's it. If you find like this any exception underline, just press Ctrl Alt L. That will maintain the indent automatically. Great. So now the view is ready, and that last part we have to create a URL resource for it. So I'm going to create a resource for this, that is badges. Badges, that is views dot, what is the name we given for the badges? That is badges. That is name is equal to badges. Guys, I will explain our next sessions when I use the base template or when I use this breadcrumbs. What is the use of this name attribute at the end of this path? Okay, so forget about this right now. So what we have did, we create the URL resource path as a badges, and we assign that as two badges. Inside the views we created the badges, and this badge will render the badges.html. So let's check how it is going to work. Inside, this is our application. So we have to use the path as badges. Let's copy this and paste it here. Okay, great. Have you seen here the Bootstrap badges? Alright, let's add some stuff to this template. So how we can do that? Let's go back to our template. Have you seen here in this template, if you observe carefully, we haven't added the Bootstrap classes and JavaScripts, because have you seen the header section is completely empty. It has simple meta and title tag, that's it. So whenever you want to use the Bootstrap framework, we have to add the Bootstrap classes and JavaScripts. So I'm taking a copy of this style sheets resources path from our previous session alerts.html template, and I'm just pasting here. Ctrl+Alt+L. Have you seen here the link tag for the Bootstrap CSS and the script tag for jQuery and another script tag for Bootstrap min.js. I already explained why we use Bootstrap jQuery.js, because whenever you use a Bootstrap min.js, you have to use jQuery.js. Alright, so inside the body, so whenever you're working with Bootstrap front-end framework, everything should come inside the container. So let's create a container and then div class is equal to row as usual, and div class is equal to column. Remember, the row and column always should come together. Alright, and here you can mention a heading, that is badges. Alright, so go back to our documentation and let's copy the session. The first section is nothing but we're using the badge section, the badge tag inside the h1 tag. H1 tag header tag, and span is a child tag, and they use the class as badge and badge secondary. So let's copy this and paste the code here. Ctrl+Alt+L to maintain the indent and refresh this. Okay, because it's showing the error, the static, because we forgot to mention load static. I already explained in my previous sessions what it is going to do. The load static, what it is going to do, I already explained in our earlier videos. So if you don't know that what it is going to do, kindly have a look into how to use static file session. Okay, great. Now refresh it. Have you seen now? It's rendered without any exceptions. Alright, so what it has done, we use the badges with different headers, and we use a class as a badge and the style as a secondary. So what is the secondary? In our previous sessions, I already explained that Bootstrap has different color systems. Like primary is going to bring this color, the blue, the secondary is a light black, and success is green, and danger, and these colors. These are the standard colors. If you want to change these colors also, you can customize the Bootstrap style sheet and you can assign to any color what you require. So in this example, in the above section, every tag has used badge secondary. The secondary is pointing to the color, this color. Have you seen the light black? So let's change. I want to use the first one as primary and success and danger like this. So that we can do. Let's keep that one as a secondary, and I'm going to change primary, and this one as a danger. Don't forget the quotes here, and this one as warning, and this one as info, and this one, what is left? I think we left with success. So let's add success as well. Let's use yes, success. Alright, now let's refresh and check. Have you seen the colors has been changed, and the size also has been changed in respect to the parent element, that is header tag. Great, let's move on. And next, have you seen here how nice the badge appeared with number of notifications? So let's create this. Let's copy and let's create a new row, that is div class row, and as usual div class column, and make sure that we use a border so that it will appeal better in the front end, and paste. Control Alt L. Alright, we can make a comment here, this one. Badge with number. Go back and refresh now. Have we seen here the notifications and displaying the number 4? As I explained earlier, we can change the color of this section. And before that, let's have a look into what this code is going to do. It's use the button tag. We know that to create the button we use buttons, and the class button and button primary. This button primary is going to assign the color of this button. So if you want to change the color to different one, like this or like new or whatever the color, you can follow that as mentioned here. For example, I want the color to be danger. The danger is here, so I want to use danger. So let's copy it and change the primary to danger. That's it. Now refreshed now. Have you seen the color has been changed? Alright, but what if you want to change the colors of the background of numeric 4? Have you seen the numeric 4, the background was white. So if you want to change the color of it, we can achieve that by doing simply contextual variations. Have you seen here? For example, here I want to pick the color as badge success or badge warning. Take this copy, badge warning, and go back to this one. Here, have you seen the badge light? So this is the section, right? Notifications and the number 4. So let's make 14 for example. This is the section light responsible for rendering this. So inside this section, remove this badge light and replace this with the style which you selected, that is badge warning. This is what we selected from badge warning. Now refresh it. Have you seen has been changed to the warning color. You can pick whatever the color you required. For example, if you want as badge info, you can copy this as a badge info and replace this class with badge info and refresh it. The color will change. Great. And the next concept on the badges. Now we know how to change the contextual variations. And if you want the pill badges, so what is meant by pill badges? Have you seen the rounded edges? That looks much appealing, right? So that we can do, only you have to add badge pill class to the existing. Inside our session, we already use notifications, span class badge and badge info. So here if we use the badge pill, let's copy this class and paste it over here, badge pill, and make sure there is a space in between the classes, space, and let's refresh. Before refresh, have a look into this 14. It's with rectangle, right? So let's refresh. Have you seen it's changed to the rounded edges? The style has been changed. To make it good, let's make it 2 buttons. For example, I'm going to take another button. Let's copy this and paste it again and remove this badge pill, or remove the badge pill from the top one, then we can understand better. And refresh the section now. Okay, great. Let's observe the first one and second one. The first one is coming as a square on a rectangle type, and the second one is coming like a oval shape. Have you seen the rounded edges? So there is a difference between these two, the pill badges and the normal badges. So this is how we can change the style of the badges by using badge pill. And the colors, as I mentioned, if you want to change the color of this, you can change any color. For example, I want to use this one as badge primary and badge info. As usual, let's refresh. Have you seen? We change the color of the button. Here we change the color of the button, but if you want to change the color of the notification, that is a span tag, you have to change it from here. For example, instead of info, I want to change it to warning. Whenever you mention as a badge warning, it is going to change the color of the badge. So what is the badge here? The badge is 14. So it will change the color of. Have you seen it change to yellow? Great. So let's move on. And next is links. This is the last section inside the badges. For example, we need some links when click on this. For example, if you take a notifications section or email section, when you click on inbox, it has to render inbox section, right? Or it should navigate to inbox page. In the same how when I click on the navigations section, it should bring the navigations template or navigations page or navigation block. So let's add hyperlink to it. So how we can do that? Just simply you have to change the span class to an anchor tag. That's it. So let's make a new section here. For example, here let's make a comment as field style, and then let's make a new comment here, and this is for links. As usual, we will take a different column, and instead of this span we are going to replace with a tag. And as you know, whenever you use a tag, we have an attribute called href, and here you have to mention your path to the resource. Great, I changed. Let's refresh the section. Have you seen now? It's already changed. But if you observe carefully, when I keep a mouse on the notifications, it is not pointing to anything because we added the hyperlink only to the badge. Have you seen when I keep mouse over the number 14, it is showing the hyperlink as ash. If you observe in this section, in this area, if you observe carefully, it is showing the badges /ash. So this is how we can add links to the badges. Great. That's all for today, guys. You can practice by looking into the Bootstrap documentation, and in our next session we will work on how to use the Bootstrap breadcrumbs. So thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe to this channel. Bye.